Okay, so we've talked a lot about marijuana. What about hemp? I talked about the 2023 Farm Bill. Why is the 2023 Farm Bill significant for hemp? Well, in 2018, Congress said, okay, we are going to carve out a portion of this cannabis puzzle here and say that it's legal. I talked about that 0.3% THC threshold. Essentially, by the way, the Farm Bill is a behemoth piece of legislation. It's, I think, well over 1,000 pages. It deals with a lot of things, not just hemp. But for our purposes, we're just going to be talking about hemp today from that 2018 Farm Bill. So it legalized hemp and said, you know, as long as it's 0.3% or less delta 9 THC by dry weight, it's legal. You can do whatever you want with it. Is that the end of the story? Of course not. It's Washington. We have to get a little bit more granular and complicated. There is a pesky little provision, and I'm going to turn to the next slide, where even though Congress said hemp and its derivatives, meaning anything you can extract from it, CBD, cannabidiol, other extracts, isomers, acids, salts of isomers, all of those things are fair game. But Congress tucked a pesky little provision in another part of the bill and said, along the lines of the following: anything that the FDA says is still the law of the land. What does that mean? I mean, why would they say that? Well, what they mean is that if FDA says that you can't put CBD into an ingestible format product, like a dietary supplement, a gummy, or a food or a beverage, then that's what the law of the land is. In a translation, legality for one purpose, federal legality for one purpose or under one set of laws does not necessarily mean legal for all purposes. So while it's true that you can have a hemp-derived product that's not marijuana, it's legal federally in that it's not a controlled substance, it might not be legal in FDA's eyes because it violates the laws that they oversee. If you're confused, don't worry, we're going to unpack this. But FDA's position is summarized at the bottom of this slide. It's a prohibited act to introduce into interstate commerce food products that you're adding CBD to, or THC for that matter. Why? FDA considers these to be drug ingredients rather than food ingredients, and they were drug ingredients in FDA's eyes before they were food ingredients. And so FDA, because they haven't issued a regulation to the contrary, they say you can't put these in ingestible formats, period. That's not the end of the story, of course, because there's a robust CBD market. There's a robust THC market, even outside of the dispensary context, from hemp, that is. Why is that? How can that be? Why aren't these companies listening? Why are law firms advising these companies in this space? We'll get into all of that. Okay, so this slide and this slide are recent policy developments. We've previewed a lot of this. It just gives you some more meat on the bones. I'm not going to review all of this. I want you to use the slides as a takeaway material. And if you're interested to do a bit more research, and of course, reach out to me with questions,